Oh, you want to see me, don't you? Ah, I am there. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. This is Lisa Ware, Senior Group Leader. Very nice to see you all. And today we're going to be talking about ways to build your business a bit faster. So I'm going to be asking some rhetorical questions, and I'd very kindly ask for a little bit of authenticity and honesty. If you could put your hands up, those that are here. So, um, who can honestly say that every single week they get super responses from Facebook, Instagram? What else is there? Is it TikTok? Can you do business on TikTok? I don't know. I'm not a social media person, so I'm useless. I don't think you do business through X. I think that's just a kind of like a post-it message person thing.
We have
Um,
next door. We have
right.
something called next door, which a lot of people go on and they'll be asking, do you know a good broadband provider, etc.
Okay. So those that know about it and do it, do you get loads and loads and loads of business? Genuine good business? None, says Denny. And I know Denny does loads. Denny, I think, is meant to be quite a good sort of quite a good person on Facebook. Well, I'm going to share this with you. I see a lot of people do a lot of posting, and even those that are really good at it, um, they don't get many results. And I think I'm going to say that it's called social media, and there's a bit of a clue in the word social. I think friends, family, and all those people perhaps don't expect to be sold to. I think they're expecting social media things. Yeah. And I think that's part of it. And I know some people have what they call business posts. Um, but I also know, absolutely know that they don't get loads from that. And and I think a lot of it is a bit like advertising, marketing. Having been in the industry myself many years ago, marketing is based on the principle that if you throw enough against the wall, some of it will stick. Anyone heard that phrase? Okay. So they reckon that most people will only react to something finally after 7 hits. So you imagine neighbour letters. Invariably, you might have to go out 7 times before finally someone will nip you and say, yeah, go on then. Okay. Unless you've got one of these incredible personalities. Anybody ever been witness to Roy from Foy? He's incredible, isn't he? Roy from Foy reminded me of um, Craig that used to be in, and incredible personality. And I do believe the personality has got lots to do with it. But all these ways, unless you're actually talking to people and building rapport, I think generally speaking, they don't work. Well, not if you're looking for instant response. Now, there is a lady here that's on here. She won't say anything, I know, thankfully. But I met her through a jobs fair. And if it wasn't for the fact that we actually spoke and chatted and she asked lots of questions, I don't think she'd be here. And it is primarily our business is a relationship building business. And it never will be anything other than that. So why do we get quite a lot of success with 20K giveaways? Well, the reason we get that is because we're there and then actually speaking to the public, engaging in a one-to-one situation, and building rapport immediately. It's a little bit like, I tell you what, um, everybody knows Leon Warner. He's a senior group leader. I've seen Leon develop over the years to being a I'm going to say a wham bam thank you man person that went in the door, expected everything and walked out, yeah, to changing his tune completely. And listen, I've got all respect for people that are willing to learn. And I've seen him develop and realize you've got to spend time with people because what you're doing, rapport, is actually building trust. That's exactly what it is. It's trust building. So, how can you do that instantly? Well, if you're not getting responses from Facebook, Instagram, and not even LinkedIn, and that's meant to be a business site. And I know many people on LinkedIn, but they don't get loads of business. Okay. And then other people use these sites to get leads from business, like people looking for jobs, employment. But that's got its problems too, because we have an influx of lots and lots. And by the way, this is no way a racist thing I'm saying, it's just fact. We have got a stupendous amount of immigrants coming in. And I'm not on about the ones that are coming in on the boats. All right. Let's just get that one straight. I'm on about loads of people that are joining the workforce. They're coming from elsewhere. They might have only been here a few months, even up to a year, but they've got no foundations with a community. They they've not got history like you and I have. I mean, my family, the generations are all here. So there is so much more chance that we can build a business because of our contacts. These people have got really little chance. So they are not appropriate people to even attempt to bring into the business. And I would say that to the cows come home because I know it. Okay. So how can you instantly do this? Well, look, you've got to have a starting point. And last week we talked about building a hard copy contacts list, didn't we? Writing it down because the act of writing scribes it in your head and you remember it more. And a little wee book you can carry around with you. Okay. Now, go one step further and get yourself a little book. And I'm going to show you another one because I've got loads of these books. Can you see it says UW on it? You can pick them up, right, from head office. I've got loads of them. And you can put a sticker on it and you can put on the front people to help, right? Not referrals, people to help. That's what you got to put on it. And it's got to be with you on every single appointment that you ever do. And what we're about to do now is show you how you can pick up instant referrals. Would you like instant referrals with all yours? Yes. Right. I don't do this often instantly with brand new people, although sometimes I do. But remember, I'm not out to get referrals. When I'm supporting, I'm out to help a partner get referrals. True? Yeah. So, very kindly, Rosalind Healy, Ros, has said she will kindly be my stooge. So I'm going to bring in the good old presentation. And you should all be seeing purple. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. So, hello, Ros. Nice to meet you. Um, Sad we can't actually get together unless we were both willing to drive about 2 hours and meet up in the middle, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah, so we're actually doing this through Zoom. And a dear, dear friend has I believe, well, our mutual friend has recommended you. Yeah.
Yeah, she's told me a lot about you, and I'm going to see if it's all true.
Ah. Can I ask you how many years she's been banging on about this? Has she pestered you?
About 2.5, I've known her.
Okay. All right. So listen, we better do it justice if she's been going on for about 2.5 years. Right. Well, look, Ros, this is about showing you something that obviously your friend is really happy with. Yeah. She's been a customer for a long time. And I don't know if you know, but she actually came on board because of a friend of hers, and she might have told you that. And actually, lots of family and friends of hers have taken this. And most people that see it really love what they see.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Okay.
there's no pressure here. It's look at it yourself, facts and information.
Yeah.
And with all that, you can make a proper informed decision, can't you? Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's the idea. So prior to your mate, can I ask you, had you ever heard of UW before?
No, I don't think I have.
Okay, that's most people's reaction. It's normal. Okay, so they don't do normal advertising, marketing, TV, radio, all that stuff that other companies do. And there's a very good reason for it. Number one, it costs a whack of money. People don't realize it's hundreds of millions. All right, it's not just a few. Yeah. And the other reason is most of us, if we need something, we tend to ask trusted family, friends, and members of our family, don't we?
Yeah.
If you sprung a leak, excuse the expression, but if you sprung a leak in your house, I think you instantly go to a family member or a trusted friend and ask, could they recommend a plumber? Because you'd want a good job done at a
Yeah.
fair price, and you wouldn't want them to wreck your house, would you?
No.
So actually, this is not so unusual if you look at it in that vein, that that's the way that we tend to work. And it was years ago that somebody recommended it to me. And from, in my case, 23 years ago. Crazy, isn't it? Long
Yeah.
time I've been with them. So look, it says on the screen, save time, save money, earn an extra income. While I'm showing you all this, I'd very much like you to keep in your mind all the time that not just about you. I'd like you to think about your wider circle of family and friends too, okay? Because this may or may not be for you, but my gosh, if it's in your forefront of your mind that there's somebody that's been moaning about the price of things going up in the supermarket, oh wow. If they're moaning about that, there's two things. Number one, they're short of money. Number two, they need more money.
Okay. Yeah, makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to click here, watch to find out more. And there's a lovely chap here, Ben Fogle. Have you ever heard of him?
Yeah, I've seen Ben on the telly.
Well, he's been a customer for donkey's years. And a few years ago, the CEO said, come on, Ben, fly the flag, be our brand ambassador. Okay. And he is going to share with you and me all about how less money can go out and more money can come in. And as you're watching this, Roz, could you focus on what's most important to you, what you hear is said?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, look, guys, for the sake of this um, coaching, I'm not going to play it, and Roz knows it too. So, okay, Roz, what was most important to you that you heard there?
I like the fact that everything was on one single bill, but I'm also tempted to know more about this business venture.
Ooh, okay, we'll go through both of those things. All right, so let's put some meat on the bones. Okay, so it says here ways to save with UW, and you can see a little photograph of an app on somebody's mobile. And I'm going to say to you, first of all, the first bullet point says all your home services on one simple bill. And you said you like the idea of that. Do you know, Roz, I'm going to tell you that is about 90% of everybody that ever comes in front of me. That's what they say.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing, Roz. People initially come over for value, but they will stay because of the simplicity of this bill and actually incredible customer service. Okay. And that app is quite sensational. All right. We'll talk about that in a moment.
Okay.
That's a given. They love this simplicity. Do you know, Roz, I'm going to share this. I might spend most of my time with people trying to find or locate their bills. It is nuts. The amount of time on the appointment is that. And yet, I could show you in seconds how I could pick up a bill from even 22 years ago, just like that. So
Yeah.
it simplifies life too. All right.
Yeah, that makes life easier, doesn't it?
Yeah. Um, Thinking about that, have you got a bit of paper in front of you, Roz?
Yeah.
All right. Just one one person in your life, in your circle. Think of one person that you think a bit of simplicity of one bill. would serve them good as well. Just one.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, got that? Brilliant. Okay.
yeah.
Right now, award-winning customer service. How do you feel about AI bot chat?
I think it's coming whether we like it or not.
Yes. I tell you what, though, it is frustrating, isn't it? I mean, I find most people say to me, "Oh gosh, if only I could just speak to someone." Now, listen, this is where UW are just unprecedented. So, their head office is on the Edgware Road in London. They got a hub, a call centre hub in Glasgow. There's one in Birmingham, and one is coming along down in the West Country too. Okay. But I'm going to now spout what makes them unique. And it is people like myself and many of us. We are customers, but we're customers that have decided, do you know what? We want to reach out further to more people. And we earn some money, this little opportunity, you said. And we offer unprecedented customer service. Stunning. So you and I met. Oh, could somebody please mute themselves? There's always somebody comes in, isn't there? Sorry, I've got to get them muted. Oh, yeah, right. Sorry about that. So I've lost my train of thought now. Where was I?
People,
People.
people who I knew.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. So, um, what I would say to you is it's people like myself and many of us that actually go the extra mile, and we offer incredible customer service. Quite nuts. We will do all sorts of stuff to help people, which you don't get with other companies. All right. Now,
Okay.
don't get me wrong, some of the younger people are so adept at all this technology, they don't need us. But often I find it is the older generation that just love that bit of hand holding. Yeah. And
Mm.
maybe that could be something important to you. I don't know, but it could be. Now, how about who else can you think of? Just one person that would love unprecedented customer service. Got to be different from the other person you wrote down.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. I'm going to put down Vicky.
Ah, lovely. Okay. How old's Vicky, by the way?
She must be coming up 75. She's probably a little bit on the, doesn't know much how things
A,
work.
a bit of TLC is right up her street.
Yeah,
Marvellous. Here we go. Now, what about cashback on all your spending? Now, look, Ben kind of showed you something, but I'm going to bring this to life. Okay. I'm going to show you a real bill, and it's my May bill. Okay. So it comes out usually near the beginning of the month, and the amount of money is taken by direct debit on the last working day of the month. Now, this is a rural house. There are 5 services here, 4 bedrooms. And I would say if you take a look at that, energy, which is electric only because there's no mains gas. Ros, I've got to caveat this. We do have gas. It's a sunken tank in the ground with LPG. All right.
right.
It's electric.
They don't,
Otherwise,
you don't, company can't arrange filling of tanks then.
no, sadly
Oh,
not.
okay.
So we use an external company, but the insurance here is covered by UW and it covers LPG boilers. So I've
Oh,
got their boiler and home cover. All right, really good.
yeah.
That's my husband's mobile with his unlimited everything, excuse the expression. That's our phone and broadband, which sadly we have to pay more for. We're on something called the extended network with OpenReach. In other words, we live very remote. We get a worse service offered by OpenReach, and they expect us to pay more in our line rental to them. You ask me if that's fair. I don't know, but it is what it is. There's the boiler cover. Now, the whole lot's about 145 quid, which I actually think is really good for 5 services. But look at this. Everyday spending using this incredible card took off 42 quid, just over. Let's go down the
Wow.
bill. See, it's all itemized. I won't spend too long on it, but you can see, it tells you the things you need to know. There's the phone and broadband. Okay. There's the insurance. By the way, that's not just boiler. Just so you know, it covers an annual free service. It covers plumbing, heating, electrics, um, roofing, tiles, security locks and doors, and pest control. It's absolutely it's got 5 stars. It's award winning. Yeah, brilliant, brilliant.
It's
Now,
good.
let's show you this. Let's show you the clever stuff. Let's go past all the itemized of my husband's mobile. Here we go. Look at this. Now, I want you to notice something. It's everyday spending. There's all sorts on there. So you see the railway, it says, that was me buying a couple of tickets to get to Waterloo and back because we were going on a holiday. All right. Haskins is a local garden centre. That'll give me 1%. You see these, it says R&J McKee. This is us buying our milk at the local farms. So we even get cash back on that. But there's things like, for example, oh, let's have a look at one. Oh, look at this. See, buy a gift. That was a birthday present for my middle daughter, lucky girl. She got a Duncan Ballantyne, one of these spa days. Buy a gift, 10% cash back. How cool was that? That was nice.
Wow.
But things like Sainsbury's, 3%. There's all sorts. It goes on, and there's money back on absolutely everything. Okay, now, everyday spending, as my accountant says, allowing your money to work harder for you. That's what he says it does. So imagine an account where you don't accrue interest or get into debt because it's not a credit card, but you just chip and pin at the till, you pay the full price, and then that retailer, be it online or in store, whatever, will send over the information, and next month off your bill, instant money off your bill, just like that. And it's worth, oh, this is cool. It's worth 30% more, Roz, because although we earn money, we don't pay tax and insurance on it. How cool is that?
Right. And can I use it anywhere then?
Absolutely anywhere. So even if you went to, if do you ever get any markets come to your town?
Yes.
Right? If you went to a local market and you bought something, you'd even get cash back there.
Huh? And I do go abroad quite a bit. Can I use it there?
You can. You get all your foreign transaction fees back.
Oh, that's worth having.
Yeah. So that has gone down. Those 5 services on a 4-bed head has gone down to 102.65.
Brilliant.
Clever, eh? So I'm
Mm.
going to ask you, Roz, you rather like the look of that, don't you? I can tell.
I can see myself using the card, certainly. I
Yeah,
like the
absolutely.
fact that you get it for everywhere, regardless of, what it
Absolutely
is. You get it
everywhere.
1%
Yeah.
everywhere.
So tell me, in your circle of life, away from
Mm.
the 2 people you've already written down, can you think of at least one person that is a bit of a spender, goes out and would love to get money back on their everyday spending?
Yeah, I can do that. Be my
Lovely.
daughter.
Put their name down. Right. So here's some more things that are good. You know, everyone's in a contract these days. Well, there's £400 towards early termination fees.
Oh,
So it enables you to leave poor service or higher prices sooner. That's good, isn't it? So,
that's yeah, good.
so even if people are in contracts, this is brilliant. And what this does, because there's the £400 there, it enables people to switch more services, which helps them because the more services you take, the more you save with UW. All right.
Right, yeah.
And then they go beyond the normal 14 days and they offer a 30-day peace of mind promise. That's great, isn't it? That
Yeah.
that is a surety. Now look, Roz, you can save even more. Now listen, I haven't forgotten that you said you're interested in this income, okay? But
Yeah.
let's just tell you, if you wanted to simply recommend this on to others, it's not only worth your while, it's definitely worth theirs. Because when you send somebody to me, and they tell me Roz Healy recommended, not only will you get £50 off your bill when they take 2 or more services, but they will get a £50 off their bill.
Well, that's worth having, isn't it?
So
But
you'll get some folk, Ros, I promise you, they'll go, oh, just give me a link. I'll go straight to head office. Nah, 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 nah. They won't get that extra 50 quid. And let's be honest, £50 is money earned and you don't pay tax and insurance on it. It's worth
it,
more.
it's £4 a month at least, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So there we
Yeah.
are. And then there's free energy days. Oh, wow. This is sensational. Ros, okay. So let's say you switch your gas and your electric, let's say your broadband and maybe a mobile. Three services. Do you know what? That's going to award you with another £10.14 a month off your energy, even undercutting already the UK's cheapest fixed rate price. Sensational.
£10.
Yeah, it actually works out as another £121.68 a year off your energy, which is already cheaper.
Oh my gosh.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can I ask you something off the top of
Mm.
your head, just like that, very quickly? Can you think of anyone that would like to pay less for their energy?
Yes. I was talking to a chap yesterday who's moaning about these bills. I'll get on
Oh,
to him.
write his name down.
Yeah.
How many names have you got?
Uh, 7, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay, you're ahead of me. Brilliant, brilliant. Right, let's move on because you said to me you're interested about this opportunity. Let me show you. It says here, Ros, and I'll put this question to you. How much extra would you like a month? Now, watch. A little extra cash. Imagine just once a month you help somebody switch three services. It'll take you about 2 hours. Okay. That will earn you 250 quid.
Worth having.
Now, if they take four services,
Oh,
it'll be
gosh.
four, that'll be £300.
Yeah.
Now, let's say you want to do a little bit more. Let's say one a week. That 250 becomes 300 and the 300 becomes 350. So that one a week could be another £1,400 in your bank because there's something
Wow.
called a higher activity bonus. And then,
Gosh.
Ros, there's financial security. And we earn a reoccurring income that builds over time, a bit like a royalty. You know, when you hear the music, the
Yeah.
artist gets a royalty. You're going to get a royalty of around 5% every time one of your customers pays their reduced bill automatically to UW.
Wow. I mean,
So,
I must admit, I've been thinking about a pension pot, so that might help. Would that help me? It will
yeah,
help me do that. Can I do that, can I?
yeah. So, Ros, you can do it whenever it suits you. It's simple steps and it's ongoing support. And I'm now going to share with you why I got you to write some names down. Well, you went a bit faster than me and you came up with seven. Now, look, seven referrals, that could be 350 quid gradually off your bill. Yeah, £50
Yeah.
a time. Yeah, but Ros, seven people, right? Now that's different. Let's say they averaged 250. We'll go for 250. I'm doing the maths. That's £1,750
What I could earn.
you could earn. And can I share this with you?
Yeah.
You won't, most of that, you won't be doing the work. I will. You'll be watching and I'll be putting the money in your bank.
I like the sound of that.
So the very last slide here says, what should we look at first? So, Ros, perhaps would you be interested in saving as a customer, earning as a partner, or both?
I think we've got to go for both, haven't we?
Yeah, brilliant. So, shall we first of all, let's have a look at you as a customer because you want to know it works for you, don't you?
Of
And
course.
that's why you came initially was to actually save some money.
Yeah.
But then we'll look at the other side of it and we can get you registered. Okay,
Okay.
guys, I'm going to stop the share and I'm going to say to you what you noticed there was how I built names from the very first moment. Yes? Yeah. That is not hard to do. I hope you wrote some notes but that is the way on each appointment to do it. Now, it does mean you've got to have in your mind, you've got to keep remembering, ask a name, ask a name, and make sure you do make sure you say to them, not the same name as the ones you've already got. Okay, because otherwise you'll get some people go, oh yeah, but my sister wants all of it, she wants cash back, she wants this. You've got to do that, okay, because that's the way that you can build names. Now I'm going to say to you, when I'm usually on my own, that's what I'm doing, but there's one thing I do more. You know, the little book I told you about at the beginning, the little book with people to help sits on the table, and it's a thing that's driving into their thought processes subliminally. Ooh, I nearly said that wrong. And it means that they're already in the process of thinking about other people. Remember, people to help, not for our benefit. Yeah. And it's all about that you help them realize that they are effectively helping their nearest and dearest. It's not all about them getting £50 off their bill. So, guys, I hope that is going to kind of change your emphasis on how you do that appointment. Now, look, it does require practice. So, here's my challenge to you. You're very, you're going to be, I'm putting you on the spot, guys. Make some appointments asking for some practice. You've just learned a new skill and you need some appointments to practice that skill. Yeah, good reason to get in front of some folk. And also now, just an aside, I'm going to share something with you. Where's the sent to the leaders that he believes our price change on our fixed rate is going to change tomorrow morning? Not even Thursday. I thought it was going to be Thursday, but it could be tomorrow morning. So I'm going to say to you, whatever you're doing this evening, and I was going to go out, I'm not. I'm actually making a few calls and see if I can get somebody on the screen and help them save some money. That's my, because every time I look, I've always looked at this at helping people save money, but in turn, I am going there to show them an incredible opportunity that they can earn money. All right. I hope that was helpful. And I hope that the recording is okay and I'll send it out later this evening. It will be a little bit later because I am going to get on and get on the phone myself. All right.
Just to
Yeah.
say, Lisa, I've got an appointment now that I'm going to support one of my partners. So I'm going to speak to her about that quickly before we go in. Thank you for
So
that.
get yourselves a little book. It doesn't have to be purple. It doesn't have to be UW, but the most important thing, write people help on it. Okay. Guys, thanks
Thanks.
so much for coming on. All the
Thank
best.
you.